I'm over here at what used to be Rosie's Diner. Can you imagine all of the people back in 1946 in New Jersey when it was a Silver Dollar Grill, enjoying their food, going inside, talking to their families, and just, it was so amazing, I'm sure, and even dressed like this and dancing around and listening to jukebox and stuff like that. Well, I'm here to kind of tell you a little bit more and add a little bit of extra stuff today. Okay, so as I was saying, in 1946 in Little Ferry, New Jersey, was the Silver Dollar Grill. In the 1970s and 1980s, it was used in the famous Bounty Tower commercials, starring a fictional character called Rosie, who was played by the late Nancy Walker. She passed away in 1992 and born 1922. Hence why the diner that you saw in the introduction was named Rosie's Diner. Now, the first owner was the artist Jerry Berta, who bought Rosie's in 1990 and was moved over here from New Jersey, where she was at all this time. And we are here in Rockford, and that's where she is. Mr. Berta owned all three of the diners, as you see. And there was a mini golf course in the back. Now, because of certain events that have happened, and obviously has been in the news and stuff like that, and their Facebook page, the original Rosie's Diner, well, as you can see, they don't know how to respect history in this area, and I don't know why. And it's kind of a shame, because when you have people that are really have a passion to say something that is just going to be like this for probably a maximum of 12 plus more years, or maybe God knows what else would happen. That, well, it just can't be here. We can't keep nice things. We destroy them. Now, I think that is not only disrespectful, but disrespectful to people who worked here, and of course to the late Nancy Walker. Now, I don't think that's right, and neither do others. So in the back would be the golf course. As you can see, it is overgrown beyond the trees. And the first diner car that you saw, which still says ice cream shop, was Uncle Bob's, as it was Mr. Jerry Berta's studio, where he sold his art in, and it later became what you see here, the ice cream shop. He then, after, opened an actual diner, which is the middle one right here, which still bared the name Rosie's Diner from 1991 to 2006. And then in 2006, Janelle and Randy Rose bought the diner and was featured in Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives the same year. You could possibly maybe find that episode on YouTube, or if you have to, there are other ways of streaming and whatnot of his very popular diner show. And then in 2011, the diner fell into very hard times. It was also in the news and so on and so forth, and it was shuttered for good. In 2021, there was a current owner then named Aaron Cohen at the time, who placed a bid for the property in 2012, hence it was being auctioned. Cohen opened many Chevy dealerships along with his father at the time, including one next door to the diner's property in where we're at, Rockford. I have no other further research into whether this is still the same, still operating, and such, as I do not live here in Rockford. You would have to ask a local. Many attempts were made then to save Rosie's, but to no avail, which is, museums. They were trying, but again, this is 2012. And financially for all of us, it was kind of hard. And then this year, Mr. Chuck Perry of Millersburg, Missouri, who, believe it or not, owns a car dealership called Chuck's Millersburg Motors, is now currently the owner. And his wife, Dawn, is in the restaurant industry, so we think it's pretty cool. Now about this one. Now the signs off it, was known as the Bar. Now that was from New York. It was also moved as well from New York State. And the goal of what they're going to be doing in Missouri, as hence what I said about my advocacy during this segment, of why I believe 100% it should not be here. As you can see, we're in a state where disrespect, tear down, so on and so forth. Why be here? Think of the Bible boats. When we lost to Columbia back in 2015, I think it was actually very wise. She was, believe it or not, New York State, Buffalo. So was this diner car from. Go figure. Role reversal. So anyway, in Millersburg, it will be restored to its former glory. And it will take a few years, so please follow the restoration efforts on Facebook's page for it, the original Rosie's Diner. I'll leave them in the comments. And expected to leave, all three are expected to leave Michigan in spring 2024. The sources from my information comes from Detroit Free Press. Article dated back to July 23rd, 2021. Those were my takeaways, what I got from that. When Mr. Cohen acquired the diners then. Then about the current owner, I acquired the information from the Facebook page and also by talking to both Mr. Perry out of Missouri and also Mr. Dan Brown, who is a local, who is also caring for the ladies until they are permanently to their forever home. So until then, thank you very much as always. Please comment, share, like, and until then, thank you so very much and take care.